She's bored.
We are live on YouTube and Facebook also, so welcome everybody. Please let us know if you hear us okay. We've got a lot of
Yes.
equipment going on here, and if I need more equipment, I'm going to have to order it today on Cyber Monday.
I I will admit that I have ordered some things, but I didn't order much because I am in my trying to be minimalist era.
I live in that era for the past 10 years, and I still haven't gotten there, but I have hope.
Yeah, I have a lot of hope. I have a lot of hope. I did some purging in my closet. I've still got some more to do.
Same,
And
same.
yes, there's so much to purge. I literally just want to simultaneously want to go through every drawer and cabinet and get rid of everything, and also just want to get in bed and not do anything.
Okay, so what I want is somebody to come in and only rob me of all the kids' toys. Like, I want like a 9-year-old, maybe like a 4-year-old to like break into my house and take whatever they can take. Because I can't, the toys is, and I already have like everybody else. I have the closet, my stuff, like toiletries that you like buy too much of. You forget you even had like stuff in my office that I need to purge. And I usually do a lot of office purging around tax season because you get your new tax docs, so you can get rid of the 7 years ago ones and blah blah blah. But the toys are everywhere. I have a very creative daughter who loves to play. Like, she will play all day for 12 hours nonstop, but she like plays and moves throughout the house. So she doesn't just play in her playroom or her room. She plays in the family room, the living room, the patio, the hallway upstairs. It's everywhere. And like,
Yeah.
I just want like somebody to come in and like rob me of all those toys that are not in the playroom and just leave those stuff in the playroom. I can deal with that, but it's like so much, and holidays are coming and they get more toys.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
yes, for the same reasons, I am trying, and my husband's spendy, I'm spendy, so we're trying our hardest to just kind of stop buying stuff. Like, really only if we need to replace something, or if we really, really need something, then we'll buy it. So I too have purchased a couple things this whole weekend, literally 2 things. I purchased these like TikTok, you know, teeth whitening things, the purple ones.
Okay, yeah.
That technology works with hair, so I want to see if it works. Like how it's like
Yeah.
purple so that it like tones down the yellow. I want to see if that works. And then I just reordered some like face wipe things that I use. Like they're called clean face, clean wipes. I don't know what they're called, but they're way better than, they're eco-friendly, and they're way better than like the stuff you buy at the grocery store, and they don't have any kind of anything on them. You just use them with your own skincare, but we like them because I can use them as wipes for my kids. My husband uses them. So it's kind of like necessities have been ordered, but nothing
Yeah.
frivolous.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I don't think the teeth whitening strips under $50 are frivolous, but I mean, I'm sure somebody would say that that's frivolous. You know what I mean? But really, I could be a lot more frivolous than that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is caring for your body, right? Like that's a thing. Like that's important. We have to do that, especially as we age. Though I wish I had known earlier that I was gonna age.
I think we look pretty good for being in our 40s, lady. I'm not going to let you talk bad about us.
Aw, oh, thank you.
Mm-mm.
Well, speaking of, we have a fictitious $500 each.
Well, first I want to find out how your Thanksgiving was, because I did not hear from you. I mean, we did like chit chat a
Yeah,
little bit, but we didn't really like debrief any events or things that food you ate that you were happy about.
I made animal-based marshmallows for the first time. I also made a cranberry relish for the first time,
Ooh, I
and I
love
will
cranberry.
say they both turned out really, really well. The animal-based marshmallows are kind of a difficult thing to just sit there and eat on their own. Like, you can do it and it tastes fine. The taste is gonna vary depending on if you use maple syrup or honey. I used honey, but then there are so many different kinds of honey depending on what type of plants the bees pollinated
Yep.
changes the flavor profile of your honey. And I know that in so much as like there are certain ones that I have tried that I like in my teas. And
Yeah.
really, I haven't found a honey that I don't like.
Right.
But in this particular context, that note of whatever the plant was that the bees pollinated in the honey really comes through
Wow.
in these marshmallows. And interestingly, my husband said that he thought that they smelled and tasted like dish soap. Everyone else was like, oh, yeah, they taste like honey. So
Mm.
so they're good, but I think what my cousins decided to do, because we went to my cousins to eat, and we took the marshmallows for dessert alongside the pumpkin pie that they had, and then I made the cranberry relish to go with the baked brie that I also took,
Yum.
and then some deviled eggs. So
Wow.
that's what I took, and so what they decided to do, because I left most of the marshmallows with them, was this past weekend they were gonna have a fire because they live on like 10
Yeah.
acres and do things outside all the time. They were gonna do s'mores, so they used my marshmallows for their s'mores.
Nice, very nice. I would never attempt marshmallows. I feel like I would never ever be like, "Let me make marshmallows." Don't tell my kids that you made those because then they're gonna be like, "Why can't you make us marshmallows?" I'm like, "I just buy you marshmallows." I made a lot for Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
I made 2 desserts, a rustic apple tart, which is kind of like something I've made for years, my cranberry sauce, which I make every year. This year was not boozy because I forgot. I forgot to tell my husband who took it out of the oven to put the booze in, and you have to put the booze in. It's like Grand Marnier or any orange liqueur. You have to put it in right out of the oven when it's still bubbling. And
That makes sense.
I forgot, and I was like, just put it in the fridge because I made it the night before. So this year it was not boozy, but it was still delicious.
Okay.
I think that the Grand Marnier adds a little something, and it's not a boozy taste at all. It doesn't taste alcoholic at all. It just kind of thins out the sugar a little bit. So I feel like it has a better texture. It gets a little more gelatinous when you don't put that in, which I know a lot of people like the gelatinous stuff that comes out of the can, but I don't. So I don't want it to taste gelatinous anyway. And then I made a pumpkin pie with like toasted pumpkin seeds around it, which was really
Ooh.
interesting. I'm not a huge pumpkin pie person, so I don't think I'll be making that again just because I didn't really enjoy it that much. Next time I'm doing like some kind of pecan pie or something. And then I made a really delicious salad with shaved Brussels sprouts and apples and dried cranberries and a
Ooh.
little shaved parmesan and sunflower seeds. It was really delicious, and it was like a nice way to start like a very heavy meal with a salad. And the dressing was like this like maple syrup vinaigrette. So it was like still kind of decadent, not really, but delicious. So it was really good, but I was like dead by the time like we were done with the day, and we didn't even make the turkey. We didn't make the mac and cheese. Everything else we made. My mom made a cornbread souffle. We got the turkey from the Honey Baked Ham, which I love their Honey Baked Turkey. I know it's not healthy. I know it's packed with preservatives, but I like it. And we got their mac and cheese just because I didn't want to make it from scratch. And my kids loved the mac and cheese, so that was all good. But you know what? The Friday and if you hear that I'm sick, I was sick on Tuesday night. I think it was Tuesday night I got sick. Wednesday I was in bed most of the day. Thursday I was feeling fine. Friday fine, Saturday fine, yesterday woke up feeling terrible, today woke up feeling even worse. So like it's like kind of like my body's fighting it. Saturday I taught Zumba yoga, no issues. Friday I did all my Christmas decorating and like emptying boxes, all these things, organizing the pet stuff. And now I'm like in bed like on my first work day of the week after like I took 4 days off, which is really unusual for me. Like I usually write at night or do something every evening. I did not. I took 4 days off this week. I think I worked really briefly on Thanksgiving Day because I had a deadline for one of the magazines. But other than that, I did not work. We did family pictures yesterday, and the weather was beautiful. I liked what we were wearing. I haven't seen the pictures yet, so hoping that what is in my mind matches what actually was taken. But it was a good long weekend. The only challenge is the kids don't want to go back to school.
Of course.
But the pets were ready for them to go. The pets have been like happy, like chilling, enjoying the quiet.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't go anywhere. We were sick, so we didn't go. Like we didn't leave the house really. Like we went to an outdoor shopping mall on Saturday because we thought we were all better. And then my kids and my husband are fine, and I'm not. So we didn't really do much until we were better.
Did you start the oil of oregano, or did you?
I did. I'm taking it every day, morning and night. I gave some to my mom who started to feel sick too. I'm taking lots of vitamin C. I'm doing Epsom salt baths. I'm doing, the usual multivitamins that I never take regularly. I am taking those. All the things, magnesium, like sipping magnesium, lots of water, electrolytes, all the things, and still essential oils.
Yeah.
I mean,
sometimes it's gotta run.
It's like going through the system. I can feel it kind of like it started with a headache, and then it's like sinus, and my throat still hurts. But I hope everybody who's joining us had a really good Thanksgiving. If you want to share anything fun that you did, please tell us in comments. But yeah, I think we talked about what we bought for ourselves, but now we need to talk about if we had $500. And if you weren't here last week, what we're doing is basically we set a fictitious $500 budget for a shopping spree for today, Cyber Monday, that can only be spent on pet stuff, but it cannot be food, because that would be the biggest cop out. We would just go buy like this amazing freeze-dried raw food, and like ship it to our house and be over it. So $500 would get us maybe 8 to 12 bags of food, I think, depending on the brand that you were to get, and like good sizes. Because when I got the shopping spree at Only Natural Pet, I got 5 bags for $250.
Yeah.
So, and they're pretty big bags. Like they're like,
and freeze dried is the most expensive.
Yeah, it is the most expensive, but it also is really convenient.
Yeah.
And worth every penny because of the quality and stuff. So like when you think like 6 bags for $250 or 12 bags for, let's say, $500, that sounds like a lot, but it's also like a lot of food. That's a lot of food.
Yeah.
12 bags is a lot of food.
Yeah, for sure. It is. Yeah. I am so interested in what you picked because I struggled.
And so did I.
I feel like my list is kind of lackluster.
Okay, no, mine's not, but nothing that I really wanted is on sale.
Yeah, I struggled with sadly I struggled with staying under the 500.
Okay.
But I tried to pick things also that I think most people might not think of that I actually really, really want. Like I actually really want these things.
Yes.
And so, yeah. How do you want to do it? Do you want like to do all of your list, all of my list? Do you want to do one? How do you want to do it?
Mine will be so quick.
I feel like mine will be too.
Okay, so let's go in order. Okay, so what's your biggest ticket item?
Okay, my biggest ticket item is a Pets Pimp mat. And this is pulsed electromagnetic frequency. And they are having actually the best sale I have ever seen them have.
Okay, I'm so sorry to do this, but my cat is caught somewhere. And I'm hearing him, but I need to open a door.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just fill in with you guys to find out what you have going on. If you bought anything already, what did you buy for like Black Friday? I would actually really, really be interested in what you bought if you did anything for Small Business Saturday. That is like my favorite thing to talk about, I think. And I had every intention of posting about like my own small business on Saturday, and I did not because I was doing so many other things that we haven't even talked about. But Small Business Saturday is really where I'm like, please, 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 we need to pay more attention. We need to be putting more energy. We need to be really aware of where we're spending our money as much as possible. So now that you're back, I was chatting about Small Business Saturday because before we get into our list, even though I already started mine, I really wanted to kind of just throw it out there to literally any and everyone that regardless of what is on my list, I want the person listening or watching to this to really think twice and go to their indie pet store before shopping anywhere else.
Yes.
Shopping small, shopping local, shopping in our community, helping out. Like when you buy from a corporation, some huge corporation, nobody cares. When you buy from like your local, wherever, whether it's a farmer's market, your indie pet store, whatever, like those, they literally will do like a little dance at the end of the day because you are making
Yes.
like their life different. Like you are doing so much for them. And so I just wanted to kind of throw that out there that like normally the companies that we talk about, the companies that we support, the companies that we are buying from are these small businesses. Even though they may look like they have a huge footprint online, they are small businesses, generally speaking. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there to please be kind of cognizant and aware of where you're spending your money. And I say that because I actually have two items. I'm sorry, an item on my list that I just happened to find on Amazon, and that's because I have no idea who owns this company or anything else. But I may not always take my own advice, but I want people to be like really, really aware of where they're spending their money and where they're putting their time and energy and funds, because it does make a difference to small business owners.
Okay, so how much was the first big ticket item?
Okay, so the Pets Pimp mat, the large mat, they have a small and a large, and I would choose the large so that I could use it for both my cats and my dog. Regularly $3.99. It's $100 off, so it's $2.99 right now.
Nice.
Yes,
That's
it
really nice.
literally. I've been following this item for like a year and a half, and it's the best discount I've ever seen them do.
Okay, so don't go out and spend $300 unless you really need it, guys. But it is sounds really good. Okay, so my big ticket item is actually, see, none of the stuff I want is on sale.
Yeah.
So if I have to choose something on sale, it's not a big ticket item. It's
Mhm.
restock all the WinPro pet stuff that I use because they have a great sale going right now. I use their calming stuff. The cat really likes their new chews. I give him 2 chews in the morning, 2 chews at night while the dogs are eating, because he kind of has a different, my cat has a different, who was not caught, by the way. He was just screaming downstairs for no reason. You might have heard me opening and closing doors.
I
He was
didn't.
not caught. He was just being a cat and just wailing downstairs for some reason. And then I look down and he's just like peeking out of the side of the stairs and he's like, "What's up? You looking for me?" So that if I have to buy something that's on sale today, it is going to be WinPro Pet products. They sell so much stuff. I have a lot of I like to have their stomach upset, like it's a syringe that they do for stomach upset.
Mhm.
I like to have that on hand just in case somebody gets like a really bad like stomach situation going. I rarely use it. But I give it away all the time. Like I stock up so much on WinPro that I give them as gifts to neighbors. I like when somebody tells me like my dog's stomach is upset, I'll be like, here, but try this, talk to your vet, but also try this, those kinds of things. So I like to stock up on that. And I do have right now enough because I stocked up, I think it was July 4th sale. So like I'm not ready. I get about 6 months worth every time I order because I have 2 dogs and a cat. So that would be the only thing that would be on sale if I needed it. But then there are things I really want. And I already spent like $600 or $500 like this on the things I want. But most
Yeah.
of these are like houseware stuff, more so than pet specific. So the biggest ticket item is the Frame Your Feline. Have you guys heard of
Mm,
Frame Your Feline? It's
I've
like
seen that.
this frame that you put on the wall. It's beautiful, and it's like a really nice frame, and it's like a cat shelf, but it's a frame. Like the one I want is gold, and it has they have interchangeable backgrounds so that your cat can be like part of a like painting or part of a landscape. They have like Paris in the daytime. I did an interview with them that recently came out actually. So if you go on my feed, you'll hear all about it, how it came to be. Like it's such a great idea, but it's $300 for the set. So I would totally get one of those for my office. I know exactly where I would put it. Like I'm literally looking at it where I would put it right now. But it's $300, so I obviously have not pulled the trigger on that. That's why I'm using my fictional $500 toward that purchase. And then the second thing I would get is also a houseware, but not exactly. It's from Wildcat. So Wildcat makes these gorgeous, like cushion style, like she calls it an amoeba style um cat beds. They're big enough for dogs too, like small dogs too, and they're just so beautiful. They have two colors, one color on each side. If you don't know Erin from Wildcat, she was on my show recently. She actually just did the Thanksgiving episode with me, and she was like, I need to send you one. And I'm like, no, you're a small business, I will get one. So that I'm actually saving money for, because they're $88, but it's like washable, super nice, really really beautiful aesthetic. It's not, mass produced in China. It's, she's from California. She has worked super hard to like bring this vision to life. It's got like this modern but vintage vibe. It's beautiful. So that one's $88 each. So I'm already at $388, not including tax, not including shipping. So what's your next thing?
Okay, my next thing is from a small business, and this is from Coco Therapy. They are having a 15% off everything in their store. And I tried at Super Zoo. They have two new products this year, a Cocoa Gold and a Cocoa Ghee, and they were both delicious. And I think they would be great for my cats and my dog and me. Those are the kinds of products that I like the best. Even the Pimp mat that I was just talking about is great for all of us. So like it would probably be a little bit small for me. They have like human versions that are larger, but like I could still use it for like areas of my body if I wanted. But like with the with Coco Therapy, they have combinations on their website that are already discounted for buying like a combo pack. And then you get an extra 15% off of that. So they call it their super fats rotation. You get the cocoa gold, the cocoa ghee, and an 8-ounce virgin coconut oil. And all of that with shipping comes to $78.13. So that puts me at $377.13.
Yay! Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So do you want to finish off, or do you have more that you would buy?
I have, yes. So my next item, as I was saying, I don't know if you were back yet when I said this. I do have one item that I found on Amazon.
Yes.
And it is a grounding mat. Again, something that I would use for my dog and my cats and me. But I would probably leave it out in my cat room for them to use the most, because I think, first of all, I am able to get outside. My dog gets outside all of the time. My cats aren't really able to get outside. And when I do have taken them out, they're kind of scared to be out
Okay.
because they're old and it's new and all the things. So giving them more consistent access to something that is going to allow them to ground would be something really cool. And the one that I found on Amazon that seems to have really amazing reviews is $55.99. So that brings me to $433.12.
Okay. So where was I? I was like at 320, wasn't I? No, 420. Okay, I'm gonna finish off. I already know what I'm gonna do, and I'm actually gonna buy this. So do you remember at Super Zoo when you had to help me ship back a rug?
Yes.
So if you guys don't know, and I have oh, Jess has an echo. It might be because of my computer, actually. Let me lower this. Is that better?
I don't hear it, so
I don't hear it either, but you're really close to my mic is here, so it shouldn't be that close. But I so I love, and I interviewed somebody from the team of, is that better? Yes, she said yes, or they said yes. Route to Remedy Holistics, thank you. I love For Cats and Dogs Home. They have amazing, beautiful homewares that are for cats and dogs, but also for humans who love cats and dogs. So I am about to order 2 of the rug refills so they make this really great rubber mat, and the inside is like interchangeable. They have different like designs.
Oh,
So
yes, that's right.
they gave me a trick or treat one. They gave me a Mudorita one, and now it's time for me to order my own. So thank you. I know that you've been generous with me. So it's time for me to buy what I need now. And I really don't want to change the mat. Like, I love it so much. I don't want to change it. But obviously I can't have trick or treat all year, and I can't have Mudorita all year, even though technically I can, but it's not really like festive for the holidays. So I'm getting 2 rugs. They are 20% off on Hardy Paw. So if anybody wants to learn more about this, I think I'm in the US here, because they don't, they're in Canada, so it's hard to like order stuff, just like randomly order stuff from them. But it does look like this is in the US, and I'm getting each of them for like $35 plus tax. So I am right under budget.
Right under budget.
Right under budget, maybe right over. Depends on who you ask. And I can definitely do it with installments if I pass the $500 mark.
Okay. I'm
Yes,
really
so that's what I'm getting. So I did get something on sale, which I'm excited about because I really did need these.
I mean, I guess you could say that's pet related.
It is pet related. It's called For Cats and Dogs.
Yeah. I know. I'm really struggling. I have so many things that are like on my list of things that I would love to buy.
I also think it's important to know that I just went to Blog Pause and came home with like a suitcase full of supplements and things from Only Natural Pet, and all of their like affiliates, like all of their like a ton of their like vendors were there as well. So like top-notch, high quality supplements and treats and things. I already have like a huge stock of them. Plus that 6 bags of food. So when it comes to like the actual pet stuff, after that trip, I'm kind of at capacity for even storing more stuff. So now it's about me. Period. End of story.
Yeah, I feel like, well, like we were talking about at the very beginning, like I am definitely in this purge phase, and I have so much stuff for my pets as well that like I don't really use. I've actually been going through cabinets like, how can I use this, whether it's for me or for my pets, or like trying to be more intentional. Found things that like have expired that I'm like, well, great, and I got to throw that away and wasting money. So like it is frustrating. I'm creating a cart right now, which is why I'm kind of
We're both
procrastinating.
actually shopping live right now.
So let me go back where I'm searching here, because I was going to pick one company, and then I'm like, is that technically food? So maybe I'm not going to do that. Because it's a bone broth, and I'm like, I guess that's technically food, so I shouldn't do that. Okay, let's try this. If I can get my cart down to, because how much do I have here? I'm at 433.12, so I have 66.88
She's
left.
taking this very seriously.
I'm taking this
Very, very
very,
seriously.
very
This
seriously.
fictional shopping spree, she is doing all the math. I am
Okay.
not gonna do the math because I blew the budget, guys. So let's just pretend that I didn't blow
So,
the budget.
holiday
Which is pretty typical of me
20.
to blow budgets. So
Why is that not working? Did I spell it right? Oh no. Holiday 20. It's not working. Okay, so there is supposed to be a 20% off site-wide at Project Suds, which would bring me to, let me find my calculator because I am taking this very seriously. 70.
oh, that's hilarious.
59. It would bring me to $59.96. So if I stocked up on shampoo for my dog from Project Suds, I would be right there at my $500 mark.
See, I pay for grooming every month. It's a fortune, and I get my dogs both groomed every month. And so I don't stock any grooming products in the house.
Yeah, I just don't.
Never.
Hi, Bronwyn. How are you? I never blow up my budget. What's a budget? She says on Facebook. What's a budget? Yes.
I hear that. I hear that so hard. Yes.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, and the reason why I decided to throw in Project Suds is because it is so important for us. How did that just happen? I feel like I all of a sudden have a filter on Instagram. Anyway, it is so important. We talked the last 2 weeks about cancer.
Yeah.
And whether we're talking about cancer, okay, now it went away. I look like I feel like I look
It
normal
looks the
again.
same to me.
Whether we're talking about cancer specifically, or we're talking about literally any other chronic illness, if we just want to be healthy, if we want to be preventative, if we want to do all of the things, we have to be reducing toxins in and around our homes. And some of the sneakier ways that toxins get into our bodies, into our bloodstreams, is through whether we call them grooming products for our pets or skincare products for us, shampoo for us, like these things that we're putting on our scalp, on our skin, we are absorbing at least some of it. And
Yep.
when they are containing, whether it's a natural fragrance, which I am more and more staying away from, or literally any word that you cannot pronounce because it's a chemical made in a lab, I don't want it. So I thought Project Suds would be a good one to bring up because it is actually clean product that you can use to bathe and groom your pet. And they have other, what if you need like a flea and tick, or if you need a hypoallergenic, or if you want to do something that smells really wonderful like lavender or whatever it is, they have for a variety of things. In fact, I just washed my hair last night with Project Suds. So
what is the other one? There's another brand that everybody likes that
there's
uses
another brand,
What is it called?
Four-Legger.
Four-legger. I know
love
people who
Four-Legger.
use that on their hair too.
Yes, I love Four-Legger too, and I actually think they are doing some sort of sale right now as well. I am just trying to be more eco-friendly, and Four-Legger does come in plastic bottles. Love their product, do not get me wrong.
Yes.
But I'm kind of just getting into like the shampoo bars right now and being more like bringing less plastic into my home.
For sure.
So I'm trying out Project Suds, and so far loving it. I think they both have a place, quite honestly. I would go back and forth between Four-Legger and Project Suds.
Yeah.
I think they're both wonderful products, and they're both small businesses, woman owned. I love all of that. So yeah, I did my first Project Suds.
I actually used the Four-Legger vinegar rinse that has vodka, organic vodka in it.
Uh-huh.
I use that every so often, but on myself, not on my pets. I will give it to I'm gonna give it to the groomers the next time they're here. I forgot this time. I only ordered it
Mhm.
a couple months ago. But I do want them to just check it out, see if they can use it. You know, they're very good and they use very high quality products, but the rinse is like in addition to, it's one of those things that
Mhm.
they can just add a step maybe, or replace their conditioner with it. So we shall see. But yeah, I am now just torn on which rug I'm going to get. That's all. That's like my issue now. And for just so you know, for 2 rugs, it's only like $70. So
Only 70
for 2 rugs.
for 2.
2.
Well, but is the whole rug or just the centerpiece thingy that goes in?
It's the big centerpiece,
Okay.
but it's like that thick,
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah.
scrubby
Mhm.
material. They usually
Yes.
retail for $42.99, so I'd be getting them for $34.40,
Okay.
and shipping is free.
Ooh, okay. And Kara said get the foamer bottle or your groomer will use too much, which yes, for sure.
Smart, smart. Yeah, I did get that.
Yeah. Um, and I know I would imagine Four Legger does too, but I know I talked to Janine at Project Suds. They have like a groomer line. So like you can buy like gallons of their
Yes,
stuff.
exactly.
So specifically for groomers. So like if it's something that your groomer is actually interested in, just
Interested
have
in.
them contact them. Um, because they can get, bigger
Yeah.
discounts and larger volumes and yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you some questions since we have time
Okay.
left over.
Oh, okay.
What do you use to cut your cat's nails? What's your favorite tool?
Hmm. I have actually been cutting my cat's nails again this week. And I just have the tiny little clipper, like literally the kind you can get at Dollar Tree.
The
They have,
scissor, yes.
yeah, the scissor ones. Those are the easiest, I think, for my cats.
Same. And what do you
And
use for your cat brush? Like brush or comb?
um, uh, well, it depends on the length of their fur. I have two different ones. For my long-haired cats, I prefer to use the oh, what is it called? I need to look up the name of it. It's actually like has kind of like cuts the hair as you are.
Like a Furminator?
Yes, Furminator. That's what it's called. But I also for shorter haired cats, they have Kong has a handheld thing. It's called the Zoom Groom, and it's just like a silicone. And it
Yes,
has
we
these
use
like
that for Kira,
cones.
for our dog.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like that a lot. It seems to. I will use that on my long-haired cats as well because it seems to massage
Mhm.
really
It's nice because
nicely.
it doesn't make a mess. It kind of like because of the silicone, the static kind of keeps it on there.
Mhm.
I just
It
use
does.
the typical for my cat because he's short haired. I use the typical
Mhm.
silver comb that
Mhm.
has like closer blades and like, or what are the teeth and like not
Is
so
it
close.
okay?
It's just
Got
like a
it.
tiny little, again, it's like your classic, nothing fancy. And the reason I use it, excuse me, is because I actually I interviewed the Charleston cat groomer, Whitney Bullock, and she has a huge following on social media. She's always doing really funny things with the cats in her. And I actually had the opportunity to go visit her thanks to my friend Jeannie Taylor, who took me while I was in Charleston. And she sells like her basics, right? She sells like some fun stuff, but she sells her basics. She sells the little scissor type
Yeah.
clipper that you were just talking about. That's what she uses professionally. She's like a master cat groomer. And then she uses this like little silver, comb. She also sells like wipes. I bought some, never used them. So it's just like not for me.
Yeah.
I'd rather just kind of, and my cat gets wet a lot because he sits in the sink after I do the dishes.
Oh,
And
really?
like he like really, I like run the water. He's sitting in the sink. It's like dripping a little bit and he just like gets wet a lot. So I don't feel like he needs that. I would love to groom my cat. I would love to give him a shower, but I'm not brave enough. So I have purchased some of her stuff to do that with, but I haven't tried yet. Like, like the little
Do you
burrito
think
bag
he Oh, ooh. Do you
and
think
then like
he
the little
uh-huh,
thing,
to cover the
the
ears?
happy hoodie.
Do you think he likes the brush or being brushed?
He likes being combed for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
But it
That
takes
makes
a
sense.
lot in that time. Like it takes that
Yeah.
little comb takes a lot. And I use like
Okay.
the thinner, the one the
Mhm.
teeth that are like closer together. So like
Mhm.
it gets in there. But
Yeah.
I mean, he will sit and let me do it. He doesn't love it. And he lets my husband cut his nails. I don't cut nails. It's a
Yeah.
thing I used to say I was going to work on, but now I just feel like as long as my husband can do it,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't it's a
Well,
skill I don't need. Like driving a stick. I'm never going to learn that skill. This is the same thing. I don't need these skills.
oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I guess in an emergency, you're just gonna figure it out, right? Like, just do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean I can do it, right? Like I
Yeah.
can.
I understand the mechanics behind it. I've
Right.
only done it a
Exactly. I
couple of times.
completely understand the mechanics behind it.
Yeah.
He
Um,
lets me do it. And my challenge with the cat is that I need to be giving him like I personally feel like I want to be giving him like one of these squeezable treats while I
oh,
cut it.
okay.
So I don't have 3 hands. I can't do
Yeah.
that. So I'd have to get one of my kids to like stand there or my sister or my mom to like stand there and then I could easily do it. Do they make like tripods for like squeezable treats? I don't know. Maybe we should. Maybe we need them. Maybe I need to find that on Cyber Monday.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. Well, what
Why do
about
I look
Kira?
so weird on StreamYard? I look like I have a filter on StreamYard.
Really? It's
Yeah.
just a different angle. Yeah. Well,
I
do you
look
have a
like
light
really
on?
tan. And it is a definitely a different angle, but oh my gosh.
The light, do you have a
Yeah, I have a ring light, but it's behind both of them. So weird.
oh, that is strange. Um, so the dogs, do you brush them at all? Because I know you get them groomed.
The little one, no, because he bites. So we try to stay away from him as much as possible. Don't judge me for saying that. You would do the same if you had a dog that bit randomly. So this dog is not my dog. Like he's my nephew. My sister had a baby. He is not a baby dog. He is not a kid dog. He barks at my kids constantly when they just walk into my room. He's a schnauzer. If you know anything about schnauzers, that should say enough. They're like a one person dog a lot of the time, and they're definitely an adult dog, like for adults more than families. They are not a pet that most people would recommend for families like mine, but my sister is a single mom, so like her alone with the kid and this dog that doesn't like kids would be very difficult.
Yeah.
Plus she lives in a condo in Spain and he like she travels a lot, so he used to travel with her back and forth and now he can't because he's 10 plus. And so I said I'll just keep him. And he's settling in beautifully. He and the cat are getting along great. Like I feel like one day they're gonna be like chasing each other, like in a good way. Right now, Satchmo, the dog, kind of like snaps at him a little bit, like growls at him a little bit. But the cat's learned to keep his distance because the cat also like instigates. He like is like super intrigued by him and wants to play with him constantly. The cat is much younger than the dogs, which also explains that. But I don't really pet Satchmo much. Like like he will try to get pets and then like he'll like snap at you when he's done. Kind of like
Mhm.
in the way that a cat does. Like he gets
Yeah.
overstimulated maybe. So we don't really like overly pet him. We give him a lot of space. We wait for him to come to us. He's like 15 pounds, but I wouldn't pick him up. You know what I mean? The groomers do well with him. Like he does great with them because they like respect his space. As soon as they kind of hit a place where he doesn't want them to go further, they stop. All that stuff, like we do it all well. Kira doesn't mind it. Kira likes to be brushed, but she doesn't. It's kind of a vulnerable moment for her, and she's
Mhm.
anxious. So like if the kids are running around screaming, she doesn't want it. Just like the cat
Yeah.
doesn't want his nails trimmed under those circumstances either. So I
Yeah.
usually we have to comb her when the kids are like upstairs or outside and like it's kind of calm. I don't usually do it while I'm working because like while the kids are at school, I'm working. So we kind of have to find the right moment. But I've definitely noticed that if I try to do it when it's or my husband tries to do it when it's too noisy, forget it. And we did get the Kong thing from our groomer when they had a brick and mortar. Now they're mobile. They just recommended it for her, and it works great, and it's so easy to clean too, which I
Yeah.
like because I don't love brushes that you can kind of see like the dead
Mhm.
skin or like the hair just kind of like accumulating and it's impossible to clean. Even for humans, I feel like after a while I'm like this brush is nasty. gonna throw it away.
Yeah, for sure. I have to do that all the time. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't
Am
know
I
where that came
boring
from.
you? I'm just kidding.
No.
That's a quote from Bravo. If you're a Bravo fan, Andy Cohen during a reunion yawned while Dorit Hemsley was talking, and she goes, "Am I boring you, Andy?" And Dorit has been accused of being long-winded. It applies.
Oh, I lost your sound.
Did you really? Just you or me?
Oh, wait, I can hear you again.
Okay, good.
Projects that I know I couldn't get the discount code to work for Project Suds either. I was gonna message Janine, but on Instagram it says it should be holiday 20. Maybe it'll work for you. Let me go back here to supposed to be holiday 20. I'm gonna message her and tell her it didn't work for me. So maybe she'll extend it. I don't know.
Yes, we should ask her to do that in case somebody wants to purchase that tomorrow, even if they catch up later. Yeah. So another place that you know is having a sale that people should check out. I'm sure CBD Dog Health is doing stuff.
Yes.
Any mushroom products you love and you think people should try?
Okay, just messaging her. So, yes, CBD Dog Health is having a really incredible sale. I want to say, depending on the product, it's up to, it's either 35 or 40% off, depending on the product. Crude Carnivore has 20% off right now. Girls Gone Raw has like a spend X number and get X number and rewards type thing, which is pretty cool. And she's like a super, super small business, like smaller than even Sam. I don't think Sam is doing any sort of.
Sam's been busy. So our friend Sam owns Bears Bites, and she has been busy opening a retail store.
Yes,
so
and so I don't think she was
Sam
doing anything for. Let me check Bears Bites.
I'm checking now too. I can always use. I have a ton of treats now. Right now.
She does 25% off all orders. Bearsbites.net.
Woo! Bears Bites. So there you go. If I had more money in my budget, in my pretend budget. Okay, so listen. If I had to only buy stuff for the pets, then the rugs don't count. Then I'm ordering stuff from Bears Bites.
There you go.
Because the rugs are more for me. I know, but it's a pet brand. I will say, like, it's not like you're going to Pottery Barn and buying something from their pet collection. For Cats and Dogs is like that level, like that quality, but it is pet specific products. So they make like washable rugs, they make travel stuff for pets, they make beautiful furniture that is like pet friendly and that you can, put litter boxes in it, that it's like a cat tree and side table in one, that kind of stuff. They make really beautiful stuff. Like I always love to see them at Super Zoo because they have such a beautiful show. Like their exhibition area is so beautiful.
I was just looking to see if I could find any others that were like, I actually want to say like micro business, like super, super small, like it's a person kind of thing. Cause that's, I was saying while you were, Van Gogh distracted you for no apparent reason. I had every intention of like trying to send something out for Small Business Saturday myself, and I didn't get around to it. But it is what it is, because there are a lot of us that are just, we're one person trying to like, do something and make a difference in pets' lives. And it can be really overwhelming, and it does, like, just like shopping at like your indie pet store, you're not just buying that product, you're sending somebody's kid to dance class, or you're putting food on that person's table,
and you're helping your community, because a lot of, especially in the pet world, A lot of these companies, like I work with a dog walking pet sitting company in St. Louis, and they are called Four-Legged Kids, Four-Legged Kids Inc. And they have a 1-for-1 business model where for every visit that they complete, they donate a meal to a shelter pet. And that they have three rescues and shelters that they support that are on their website that get these benefits directly from them. They're going to be donating about 24,000 plus meals this year alone, right? Because they're doing about 24,000 pet sits, dog walks this year. So for every visit that they complete, they donate. And so when you're like, yes, do Petco, PetSmart, do these amazing things. Yeah, they do it as a tax write-off. Like when people will ask me, like, do you want to donate at Petco or PetSmart? No, I'd rather give that money directly to Las Cruces, the Cat's Meow Las Cruces. I donate $25 a month to them every month since I got Van Gogh, and that's where that extra $5 would have gone. It goes directly to them. So I don't give it to PetSmart to then PetSmart give it to somebody else. That's me. That's how I like to do it. When they ask me if I want to round my change up for Ronald McDonald, no, I'd rather donate to like a cause that I am very much, like passionate about, either pets or like safety or mental health, things that really like affect me, kids. And so I don't do it through these big corporations. Somebody like Four-Legged Kids, like they're a large company. They serve a huge service area. They have a lot of clients. They're very well established. They started in 1997, but they're local. So they're helping the local community. They're keeping it local. They're hiring people locally. They're paying their local taxes. Everything really fuels the local economy instead of kind of like, these multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar sometimes corporations that are just fueling, their like investors and board of directors pockets. So that's just my take. I think everybody, has their own thing that they want to donate to, and it's never wrong to to round up your change or, donate to PetSmart. That's, if you have it, do it, but just make sure that you know exactly where that money's going.
Well, to me, because I used to think that way too, where it was like, well, I'll choose, I want to choose the charity that I'm donating to. But the reality is that these are huge corporations that are using your money to get a tax write-off.
Correct.
And you can just send whoever you want your money, and then you get the tax write-off.
Yeah. So for the Cat's Meow Las Cruces, I do get like an email or a letter at the end of the year that says how much I've donated, so I can write that off. Obviously, their tax write-offs are huge compared to ours. Like we have like a limit of like $300 to $400 a year that we can write off. Even if we've donated 1,000, it just doesn't really help us as much as it helps the huge corporations, unfortunately. But it's still like control too, because like we talked about during Veterans Day, where we a certain organization because only 20% of their like donations go to overhead costs.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look at other organizations, they might be paying 20% just to their CEO. Just the CEO. And then there's overhead, and then there's employees, and then there's the huge building in downtown DC, and then there's this, and then there's that. And so when it really comes down to it, how much are you actually using for cancer research or to help the orphans in Africa? Like, I don't know, because you have to pay for so much stuff that what's left over. So it really is important to know what you're doing. And that's why starting in your local area is the safest bet, right? Because you can see it at work. You can see it in action. If you go, here to El Paso Animal Services, we are at capacity. There's like an SOS every day. And when you see their posts, you see who's supporting them. You see what, 915 Rescue Runners is an organization that runs the dogs at the shelter here locally. They're somebody I would support. There's other organizations that are pulling from the shelter, and the shelter is even tagging them, Those are the people you can help because they're taking action locally, and you can see it. You can see it happening in real time.
Yeah. Yeah. I have one more that I want to mention before we jump off that I personally am not in the market for, but a lot of people may be. And that is Innovative Pet Lab is 40% off right now. So a comprehensive gut check for your dog, for example, is typically $300. So today until midnight, it's $179.40. That's a pretty big savings.
And you had said there were other tests that you had talked about actually last week. One of them was the omega-3 test. Is that on sale?
I did not see that it was on sale, but it's through Omega Quant. You can get one. They have one for humans, for dogs, and yeah. So you can. I don't see that. Oh wait. Yes, they are having a 20% off sale.
Awesome.
Through today.
So which one would you do first? If your pet's healthy, 10 years old, which one do you first? If you can only buy one today.
Healthy, 10 years old.
Let's say 8 to 10 to make it more relevant to more people.
I would do Parsley Pet HTMA testing, which is not on sale.
Oh
no! They never run sales. I mean, wait, I might have I'll look and see if I have a code. I might have a code. Ooh. But let me see if I have a code. I don't know.
Has anybody purchased anything that you want to share about? Let us know in comments. And before we wrap up, we'll shout them out too. And I want to shout out to Greenline Pet Supply for giving me this awesome sweatshirt. I got this, I picked this up at Super Zoo while they were exhibiting. Jennifer is a longtime friend of mine, and Greenline Pet Supply makes the only truly landfill biodegradable poop bags and awesome poop bag holders. Greenland Pet Supply. Let me see if they have a sale going on. But they're awesome. And if you're not ready to buy right now, join their shopping list or join their email list so you can find out about what they're doing. But they're doing great. 10% off your first order is an everyday thing. They have awesome stuff. And if you're looking for a gift for a pet person that you don't really know what they need or want, I love their banner bags. They're made with festival banners that they usually throw away, and they make these cute little pouches for poop bags. You can get a little poop bag holder in the little bag, like a box of poop bags, and I personally would think that would be an amazing gift. Raw Pod Ventures, you can shout out my Cyber Monday deal. Raw Pod Ventures has a
what is
Parsley
your
Pet had $50 on Black Friday.
I see. Yeah, I was just pulling it up to try to find that.
And then Raw Pod Ventures, tell us about your deal. I'm going to pull it up. Let's see. Raw Pod Ventures. You already come up because I was researching you recently for my show. If you did not watch my Halloween show, my Halloween episode, that was with Kara of Raw Pod Ventures. What are you selling? Tell us all about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
50% off her upcoming course, code Cyber Monday. And her upcoming course is Trans Girl 12. Hi. She bought treats, Vital Essence, rabbit treats, and rabbit from Chewy. Vital Essence rabbit treats. Rabbit is good. They love the rabbit. So yeah, so if you're looking for to transition your dog to fresh food, Kara's your girl. She's got rawpodventures.com, and follow her on Raw Pod Ventures on Instagram, and she will tell you all about the course that she's doing. 50% off. It's a 4-week course, back to the basics, transition your dog to fresh food. I just pulled it up, which is why I read that. So I'm so happy that that's what it was. So yeah, that's perfect. Good job. I love it that you're jumping on the Cyber Monday bandwagon with some seriously positive, good, helpful stuff, and not just junk that's going to end up in the landfills.
Yeah, right? Yeah. No more junk.
I know. No, seriously, please somebody get like a very, very sneaky 8-year-old to break into my house and take all the toys, please. And I hate to say that because obviously like breaking and entering is not a good thing, but like it's like the quickest way to get rid of all this stuff. Once you let the floodgates open, of junk.
So here's, okay. Do you do Elf on the Shelf? You let Faye in your home, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. So here's what you do, I think. I don't know. Try it out.
Okay,
Whatever
first of all,
your...
the Elf on the Shelf hasn't showed up. He's 2 days late.
Oh, okay. So...
Because I've been sick and sleeping, and my husband doesn't even know what day it is.
So if you tell your kid, like you create some story around your like Elf on the Shelf where like it is their job to come in and clear out all the stuff that they don't want or use anymore so that it's making room for the toys that Santa's going to bring this year, then like maybe they might even actually participate and help out.
Okay, so that's one option. I have tried this. I tried to tell them that Santa's not going to bring anything while like if we can't keep track of or keep the stuff we do have under control.
Yeah.
Because like it's just wasteful and Santa doesn't like wasteful. Kara is saying that she will send Bear over and he will put every damn thing in his mouth and carry it outside to me. No breaking and entering needed. He is more than welcome. And he's cat friendly from what I remember. So that's perfect. Because yeah, I just need somebody to come in here and do this. Because my husband and I keep kind of like passing the buck to each other. Like, you do it. No, I do it. And like we did sell one there was a table in there, like a little train table that we got when like they were like my son was a toddler. He's 7 now, so obviously he's not using that table anymore. So we sold that on Marketplace this weekend. Great price. It's in perfect shape because they never used it. Everybody wins. Fantastic. It's just the time, right? Like it's the time of doing all these things and still working and still raising kids. And the kids are off for a week and then they're off for 3 weeks.
Oof.
Somebody knocked. They're off for 3 weeks in December.
Oh yeah, because you have that year-round school thing.
Well, we're gonna wrap this up because I have to wrap this up because my dogs are barking at somebody who knocked at the door.
Nice.
I know. I heard. Okay, I heard. He came up to tell me. It's like, did you not hear us? So anyway, happy shopping, everybody. We hope you have a great evening. We hope the pets enjoy the rabbit treats and all the good stuff you've bought for them. And we hope you get to, get a little something, not wasteful,
don't run yourself ragged
for yourself.
Like, I feel like we need to remember that winter is a time for rest.
Yes. I am falling as are the leaves in the backyard. I am falling right now. I need to take it easy. And yes, then we're going to start talking about resolutions. So if you guys have any recommendations for next week we are here. We are recording, right?
Sure.
So if you have any recommendations for a chit chat on the 9th, let us know. And we will see you then.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a great week.
Where is this so I can get out and